This is the dawn of a new era in British karting. Over 550 drivers in 12 classes competing for victory over 18 race weekends. This is the Motorsport UK British Kart Championships.
My name's Alex Goldschmidt. With TKM Extreme ready for their second final of the season, Chris Whitton leads by just 9 points ahead of James Pashley. We felt it was necessary to have a chat with Adam Sparrow, the number 3, who had engine troubles back at PF International at the tail end of April. Sparrow himself is looking to make up ground, this time here at Rissington.
So at PFI I had some engine issues. Both engines that we signed on just seemed to be lacking a little bit of power and didn't get the results I was quite looking for and lost some crucial points. But this weekend we're trying to put it right and trying to gain the points back and see if we can win some races. We'll see what happens, and fingers crossed I'll be able to crawl myself back up into a championship winning position.
Time to go racing one last time. Let's see if it's second time around that we're good to go this time. Race director has the red lights on the starting gantry. The revs rise and we go green! Heading down into turn 1. Wadley gets the whole shot. Now, did Whittingham go through into second? Yes, he did. And it's side by side, 2 by 2, a little bit further down the order, around about 5th or 6th position. Everyone's trying to get through there. Do they make it all cleanly through? It's nearly 3 abreast. Going into the loop a little bit further back around sort of the bottom part of the top 20. But Wadley has made a good shot, good hole shot there. But Lee Whittingham in the number 9 also did a really good job getting up in front and is going with Wadley. So Whittingham currently 6th in the standings at the moment on 167 points after a great display, placing 3rd, having been in contention for the lead. But watch out for Carl Sproat. He will be out for getting a win this season. So Chris Whitton, in the meantime, dropped down all the way down into 10th position after the start of this race, as Ross Deal is the 34th driver that has crossed the start-finish line, and he's a good few corners behind. So as they're exiting the loop, he's just going through it. So the lead at the moment, Lewis Wadley from Precision Racing ahead of Lee Whittingham. Carl Sproat, Ryan Cole, James Pashley jumps up from 8th to 5th now. As the top 3 can't really separate them at the moment as they come through the elbow on the approach, and Whittingham takes the lead cleanly up the inside of the elbow past Lewis Wadley, but Wadley will then have to watch out for Carl Sproat and Ryan Cole. Now it's going to be a decision-making process for the person that is in 2nd and 3rd place. And Carl Sproat's just lost out 3rd to Ryan Cole from Flex Motorsport, who's just got past up the inside of the number 7 going through top bend. And it looks like there's another positional change, and that's James Pashley. Is that Pashley up to 4? Yes, it is! So here we go. It's going to be game on now in TKM Extreme. So Sproat at the moment drops down to 5th, having been passed by James Pashley going through the dogleg. And this is really going to change things around in the overall standings. 12 minutes 40 plus an additional lap to go. Whittingham leads from Wadley, Cole, Pashley, Sproat, Allnut, Sparrow, all the way up from 9th into 7th position. Matthew Taylor down to 8th. Chris Whitton down into 9th ahead of Archie Strong, who's jumped up 7 places in the last 3 laps alone. So nice work by the number 13. Sam Fowler drops to 11th ahead of Theo Hesketh. Joe Fowler, Dan McKeown and Ethan Newsham rounding out the top 15. Newsham's just got past Harry Moore. Leanna Page has also made an incremental increase in terms of positional changes, up to 17th now. So the Flex Motorsport number 30 up to 17th, trying to close up to Harry Moore just up ahead. Well, Harry Moore has been, now there has been a major development, because there's one kart just off the inside, coming out of the dogleg, going down into the bottom straight, and that Oh my goodness, it's Ethan Newsham down from 16th and out of the race on lap number 5. Meanwhile, the battle at the front is severely intensifying right now because I think, do I spy Lewis Bradley in the lead? Yes, I do, and he's got past Lee Whittingham in 3rd. It is now still Ryan Cole, James Pashley in 4th. Pashley is absolutely racy and has gone faster than Ryan Cole by 7/100ths on that last lap. But Lewis Bradley is the quickest out of anybody. The fastest lap of the race so far is a 42.91. That's from Archie Strong from Carson Motorsport in the number 13. Second only to that is Adam Sparrow, who took pole position in the Heat 1 win earlier on this weekend. But look, Wadley's got a real big lead. Looks like Whittingham's been swallowed up by the rest of the field. He's having to fight tooth and nail. There's an absolute squabble behind 6 carts heading into the elbow. Whittingham has lost out big time to leader Lewis Wadley right now. About who's just come springing back. It's Kyle Sproat up to 3rd. And that puts him to within 2 points, virtually speaking, of Chris Whitten. Whitten down into 9th position, having started in 6th. He's trying to exercise that damage limitation. Just over 10 minutes and 20 seconds, plus an additional lap to go into this final race, race 23 of the meeting. And the 4th round of the 2019 TKM Extreme Championship. And when I tell you this, virtually speaking, the top 5 in the standings so far are separated by just 12 points as it stands at this moment. 10 minutes exactly, 1/3 completed at the time, 2/3 to go, plus an additional lap. Let's see, has Lee Whittingham got an answer for Lewis Wadley? Well, he won't have that opportunity if Adam Sparrow in 3rd position, who's launched himself up the field from 9th to 3rd already. The privateer in the number 3 from the UK. He's up, he's 1.4 seconds behind Wadley, but he's just put in the fastest lap of the race of 42.89. He's also got past Kyle Sproat and Ryan Cole in the process. Joseph Reeve-Smith and unfortunately Ethan Newsham are 2 retirements. That's Reeve-Smith that is stuck on the inside of just outside the dogleg at the far side of the track. 9 minutes 15 still to go. Number 12 has been given a warning flag. That is Spencer Stevenson, currently in 16th place. The number 1 of Joe Fowler up into 11th past Sam Fowler, both at Jade Racing. But with regards to Kyle Sproat, losing out to both Adam Sparrow, who's now up into 2nd position. And he's going to try and close the gap. His best lap so far, 42.89. Best from Lewis Wadley, 43.1. Who's faster in the 1st sector? Sparrow by a mere 200ths. He's trying to close that gap. And he's gone over 2/10 quicker in sector 2. Sparrow has a victory in his crosshairs, and not just that, he's got Lewis Wadley up in front. That's the marker, and he's got the gap down to 0.9. He did a 43.08. Wadley did a 43.24. He's got no one to work with, and the 6 behind, which is Sparrow, Whittingham, Sproat, Cole and Pashley, and in 7th position it's now Chris Whitten. And at the moment, the way things are standing, Whitten looks to provisionally have a little bit of a championship lead, but it won't be by much. It will be by around the tune of 5 points. Nearly half a reduction of what he had coming into this round, which was 9, with 130 with the double victory at PF International, with Pashley a 9 points adrift. Let's see what the gap is between the 2 leaders. 0.78, he's clawing it back as Adam Sparrow. What a great job from the number 3. He's just on a 43.06. Lewis Wadley did a 43.18. Whittingham is also going with Sparrow and has just set his best lap in the process. And we've just gone past the halfway mark in time. Less than 7.5 minutes to go, plus an additional lap here at Rissington to conclude what's been a fantastic 5th weekend out of the 18 for the 2019 Motorsport UK British Kart Championships here at Rissington. What a fantastic track. Great battles up and down the order. Ryan Cole's going up the inside of Lee Whittingham and takes 3rd. What a great move. That was blisteringly quick. Outbrake Whittingham, took it perfectly. So Ryan Cole from Flex Motorsport also getting quicker. 43.15. Whittingham had a bad one that time around, a 43.6. So I don't know what's happened with Lee Whittingham, but he's not having that opportunity of a race win as he thought he might have in the initial goings. Gap between Wadley and Sparrow, round about 8.5 tenths or so between first and second. Now on to lap number 12 as the leaders come through the bottom straight. Now it's down towards the elbow they go. Will Whittingham's size up Cole? He returns the favour on the following lap. Retakes third position. And look at this. 52, James Pashley gets past Lee Whittingham. So, well, hang on. You're kidding me. Chris Whitten, he can't be in third position. If my eyes are deceiving me, I need to go and get my glasses checked. But if Chris Whitten is now in third position, this has really opened up a potential lead more than what he had when he came into this race weekend. Provisionally speaking, at the moment, Pashley would drop to third, level on points with Kyle Sproat. But then also, Ryan Cole would then inherit second position as a result. But what's going to happen? Can Cole seize the advantage this time around? Can't repay the favour to Chris Whitten, who's been absolutely blistering. And he's on a 43.06. He's quicker than the pair in front. Game on, says Chris Whitten. Boys, I'm coming for you. 79 mechanical. 79 mechanical for Ross Deal. That's a real shame. That's another driver that we will see pitting very, very shortly. But Chris Whitten, a disastrous qualifying, 34th in the group qualification stages through the two groups we had on Saturday. He has come back fighting like the points leader that he is at the moment. And I'm wondering if he and Ryan Cole could take the fight to Adam Sparrow. It could be the case. What's the gap between second and third? Oh, it's getting very, very close indeed. He's just taken nearly a tenth out of Adam Sparrow on that lap as Chris Whitten. Lap number 15, 4 minutes and 40 to go plus an additional lap. A little bit further down the order, James Ogden has made major inroads. And not only that, the likes of Max Goldsmith, 34th to 17th. Tony Cazagal from TWM, the French driver, up from 33rd to 18th. Joe Stockford, the O-Plate, who had problems with mechanicals in Heat 1 yesterday afternoon. He's now up into 19th position. And when I tell you that the top 21 split by just 10 seconds, that's the field. These guys are going for it big time. 4 minutes to go. The gap now is 0.87 between Lewis Wadley leading, Adam Sparrow in second. Chris Whitten has gone sub 43 again. He did a 42.93, just did a 43.01. He looks to be the quickest of the trio, and he is closing on Adam Sparrow. What a notable fight back after a disaster in qualifying. Chris Whitten is really showcasing what we can expect to see throughout the 2019 TKM Extreme Championship. The double at PF International and a fight back of Herculean proportions is now seeing him in third position. Joe Fowler up into 8 past Matthew Allnut. The gap now between the top three is less than 1.3 seconds. I think Chris Whitten knows, you know what, if I can't go for the win, you can damn well sure be reckoning that I'm going to go for second. He's got Adam Sparrow in his sights and is going to start to claw in. Less than 3 minutes to go, plus an additional lap. Lewis Wadley still continues to lead. But will the gap be truncated by the charging Adam Sparrow and Chris Whitten? It looks close this time. Ryan Cole's going with Whitten as well. 1.12 between the top three. It's 3/4 of a second between first and second, which means it's less than 4 tenths between Sparrow and Whitten. Meanwhile, the battle between Matthew Taylor and Lee Whittingham has hit a new high point in terms of heat and intensity, because they are battling for what is effectively 5th position. Behind them, James Pashley trying to battle off Matthew Allnut with Joe Fowler, Theo Hesketh rounding out the top 10. Alexander Page, Carl Sproat all the way down from 2nd down to 12th. That's a real disaster for the number 7 from Litchfield Motorsport. Sam Fowler down to 13th. James Ogden 14th. Harry Moore from Litchfield Motorsport in the 15th position. And it's less than the second between the top three. Whitten is absolutely flying. Sparrow and Whitten on that last lap alone were quicker than the leader. The gap now down to 0.57 between first and second. This has been building for quite a few laps now. And the way that Sparrow has kept his pace up, as has Chris Whitton, and the fastest lap now is in the form of the number 52 of James Pashley. So Pashley trying to get fastest lap and hold on to that for the end of the race. Meanwhile, 1 minute, 21 seconds on the clock, plus an additional lap to go. Wadley continues to lead, but for how much longer is the big question. 0.52 between him and Sparrow. Then it's nearly 3/10 between Sparrow and Whitton. Whitton now can smell that opportunity of getting second position from the number 3. Meanwhile, further down the order, Sam Fowler up to 12th, past Carl Sproat, who drops to 13th position. Pashley past Allnut, Fowler up into 9th. Alexander Page rounds out the top 10. And the gap now is about 2.5 to 3 kart lengths between second and third, as Wadley has 45 seconds on the clock, plus one more lap. Running at a 43. It'll be this and one more lap to go. 35 seconds on the clock remaining. Sparrow is closing. He's got just over 2/10 to make up. He's gone really deep into the braking, going into the approach on the loop. And he is about a car length and a half behind Sparrow. The top bend could help him. Will he get the run out, going down the back straight towards the dog leg? Possibly not this time. But the way he's done it, he's shown magnanimously how he can come back and fight with the best of them. He won 2 at PF. He's not going to get a win this weekend, but Lewis Wadley will get the final lap board. That's the final one for the 23rd and final race of this weekend. But look how close Adam Sparrow is. Here comes Chris Whitton. This could be down to the final lap in TKM Extreme. Wadley has just the likes of the loop, top bend, back straight, dog leg, bottom straight, and the elbow to go amongst some of the other corners here at Rissington to hold on to another victory. It's going to be close. They go through the dog leg for the final time. It is basically line astern from first, second and third. Sparrow has the legs on Whitton. Will he go brazen and unadulterated through into the elbow? It's not going to be enough, I think, because Lewis Wadley keeps it clean and easy. And he comes around the final corner to win again in TKM Extreme. 2 for 2. That's 2 for Chris Whitton, 2 for Lewis Wadley at Rissington now. Adam Sparrow takes second. Chris Whitton, what a fight back. 34th after group qualification, continues his lead of the TKM Extreme Championship in the British Kart Championships for 2019. What a way to close out the show here at Rissington. That's great. Sportsmanship aplenty between Adam Sparrow and Lewis Wadley and Chris Whitton. That's a great sign to see at the end of what's been a dynamite weekend here at the 2019 Motorsport UK British Kart Championships being held here at Rissington Kart Club. Lewis Wadley becomes the second different driver this year to win 2 races this in a weekend for Precision Racing. 0.11 ahead of Adam Sparrow, with the top 3 completed by Chris Whitton by less than 0.3 of a second. Ryan Cole in 4th, with Matthew Taylor rounding out the top 5. Lee Whittingham would end up 6th ahead of James Pashley. Matthew Allnut, Joe Fowler and Alexander Page rounding out the top 10. Sam Fowler would finish 11th ahead of Theo Hesketh. James Ogden, Archie Strong, Carl Sproat would finish from 2nd, end up finishing 15th at the end of the race ahead of Harry Moore. Max Goldsmith in 17th, Owain Rosser from 23rd to 18th, with Tony Casagal and Spencer Stevenson rounding out the top 20. Completing the finishes, it was Dan McKeown, Gavin Pitts, Glenn Guest, Leanna Page, Anderson Chilcott, Michael Cornell, Aaron Lask, Isaac Marsh, and Christian Brearley from Castle Motorsport. Non-finishers included Joe Stockford, Cristiano Nardoni, Ross Steele, Joseph Reeve-Smith, and Ethan Rush.
So along with Chris Whitton, who finished 3rd, it was Lewis Wadley that did the double at Rissington, ahead of the very impressive Adam Sparrow, who was on the pace from the word go.
Bad heat yesterday as well, but then today we made some big changes, and then it just got it right for the warm-up this morning, and then it was quick again, so we battled through in the final heat, final one, and then in the final today. Obviously these two super quick, and it was just, it's a good race.
Well, it was good to show I had pace this weekend. It wasn't the best round at PFI because engine issues put me back and didn't score the points that I was intending to. This weekend, pace was good. Unfortunately, final one just got a little bit mixed up and dropped back in the field, but and ended up 9th. But managed to push through the pack and just didn't quite have enough time to catch Lewis in the end. Managed to get on him on the last lap, but by that time it was a bit too late and he had it all covered.
Finally on the podium. It's been a long time coming, I must admit, but all the hard work and effort has made it worth it. And like I say, hats off to both of these boys for putting in a top job on your drives. And yeah, like I say, this didn't start off very well in qualifying. Had a flat valve on the tyre, well, a dodgy valve. Had 2 minutes 40 to go on the qualifying, managed to get one flying lap in to put it in second in the group and third overall. And yeah, just went from there really, just kept on going, push. And then, like I say, in final 2, got a gap and just had to go lap after lap, consistency, and then pull away. And then, like you say, last couple of laps it got a bit close, but I was in a lucky enough position just to keep the win.